Um, Good afternoon, Neeraj here. How
I think
you think of portfolio construct very closely. Would a portfolio, ideal portfolio, of a coffee can portfolio for 5 years, not really for 10, but a coffee can portfolio for 5 years, look materially different over the next 5 years than what an ideal coffee can or a 5-year portfolio would have looked like from 2019 to 2024?
Yeah. So look, I mean, had we been a little bit more prescient about the capex pickup back in 2019, Neeraj, we would have had a few more capex plays in our portfolio and a fewer consumption plays. Looking out over the next 5 years, I think consumption plays which have struggled over the last 3 years, I think should stage a comeback. So say large holdings of ours, such as a Dr. Lal Path Labs or a Bajaj Finance or Asian Paints, Aisha Motors. I think these companies should do well over the next 5 years, both from a fundamental perspective, the earnings compounding should hold up. Plus, I think, given the election outcome, I think it's bound to be the case that there will be a step up in spending on welfare, on rural. So the consumption piece, which has struggled both from a GDP growth perspective and from a stock market perspective over the last 3 years, I think should see a better run over the next 5 years. And in parallel, I think private sector capex should come back. I think we're seeing pretty strong signs over the last 6 months that private sector capex is returning. Public sector capex might have to be a little bit more muted. Public sector capex has been on a hyper drive over the last 4 years. I think last three budgets, excluding the February vote on account, last three budget public sector capex went up 33% each time. I think that might have to be throttled back a little bit, but private sector capex I think comes back, and therefore we have, say, tube investments in our portfolio to benefit from that. Alongside that, consumption recovers, and as I think as you're alluding to, Neeraj, a coffee can portfolio type construct, high quality companies for the long run should be well placed over the next 5 years or so.